So I get asked every single time we do like a holiday event or something and I make deviled eggs, how I do it. So I'm going to show you. I don't do it your normal way. So I use a steamer pan instead of, like, you know, when you boil them. I steam them instead of boiling them. That's just one thing. So, like I said, I get asked all the time, so I'm going to share my secret with you. Let me get this on the stove boiling. And of course I need my clicker. I'm sure you've seen in many of my other videos, I always have to light my stove. Okay. So I'm going to get that boiling. You don't need salt. Nothing. You're just going to place your washed eggs in here. Now, my egg holder for deviled eggs holds like a weird number. It holds like 15 instead of like 16. But I always do a couple extra anyway, just in case. So as soon as that starts to boil, I will put this on top of it. But I'll wait till that's boiling before I do that. So this is, I guess we're in the second week of the second month of the pantry challenge. And you know, I don't like record all week because we eat a lot of leftovers, but so far we're doing really good. But I thought for today, for the ending of this week, I would show you how I make my secret deviled eggs. It's really not much different than probably the way you do it, but I'll kind of show you how it go. So while I'm waiting for that to boil, like I said, I've already washed my eggs. I'm going to get out the other stuff that we're going to need. So if y'all are doing the pantry challenge, I hope it's going really well for you. So you're going to need pickles, mayo, either store-bought or handmade, however you want it. Mustard, and my secret ingredient, but I'm going to have to go out to the pantry to get that, so we'll be right back. Okay, so one of my secret ingredients is ranch dressing. If you don't have ranch dressing and all you have are like the little ranch packet for like dips, this works as well. You're just going to make it a little bit different. And I'll show you both ways if you're using actual like ranch dressing, like a salad dressing size, or if you're having to do it this way. But the water's boiling now, so here's the trick. I'm putting the eggs on the boiling water, and you're going to boil it, or I should say steam it. You're not boiling it, but you're going to steam it for 13 minutes. Okay. So we'll have that going. Now for the ranch dressing, so I'm sure like when you make deviled eggs, you do, you know, just your mayonnaise, your mustard, and your pickle relish or your pickles. But if you're going to use ranch dressing, I'm just going to use a little bit of this. But if you're using the actual dressing, It's usually, well, I'm doing 16 eggs. So for 16 eggs, I would do probably about 2 tablespoons of ranch dressing, because you know how you always end up with more of the yolk than what you use anyway. So with this one, I'm going to try to make about, it'll make a little more than 2 tablespoons just because of how I'm using the ranch dip instead of. All right, so we're going to mix this around. And I'll make the rest of this in a little bit, and we'll actually use it as a dip, because today is actually Super Bowl. So I'm going to be making some finger foods. Okay, I'm going to scrape this up so you can see about how much I'm using. Well, it's actually about 2 tablespoons. You can make up, there's more in here, but that's what it's going to look like. So I'm going to mix that really good, make sure there's no powder left in there. And I went ahead and chopped up the dill pickles after I went to get the stuff to make the ranch dip, just so you guys wouldn't have to listen to the chopping sound. So we're going to wait to put those in. All right, so those are going to boil, or not boil, steam. Like I said, I did not put any salt, nothing in there. Those are going to steam for, there's probably what, 11 minutes left. So those are going to steam for 11 minutes, and then I'm going to show you what we do next. So the timer just went off for the eggs, so now I'm going to turn off the flame. Take your steamer pot off. You're going to run them under cold water because you want them cool. And then what I usually do is I'll take this one and I'll fill that up with cold water. And then I'm going to see if I can lift this for you. Okay. So I've got them stacked again, but I've got the bottom one so full, I'm actually dripping water everywhere, that it's covering the eggs with cold water. So I'm going to let those sit for a minute and clean up my mess here. Okay, let me get a clean towel. Alrighty. So you want your eggs to be cooled off because, put more water in it since I poured half of it on the floor. Running your eggs under cold water will help separate the shell from the egg. But, you know, like I said, you don't have to put any salt or anything in it. You can just put them in the steamer basket rather than boiling them. And it's going to be the same process, you know, like, because if you boiled them, then you would still run them under cold water until they were completely cool, or not completely cool, but the shells were cooled off before you would peel them. Well, you're going to do the same thing as if, you know, you did that, but only you're steaming it. So that's really the only difference on that one. So I'll just take one. See, they're not even cracked. So you're going to peel your egg. And actually, I need my chicken bucket. So we keep this red bucket in our kitchen, and this is where our chicken scraps go, like leftovers or stuff we didn't eat on our dinner plate. And I'm just going to feed these shells back to the chickens. And the reason I always make extra is just in case one of them doesn't peel right. Because, you know, even when you do with the salt method and cool it, most of the time, not always, you have one that just doesn't peel right. And that way you have that extra just in case. Voila. So I'll rinse this off. All right, I'm going to get the rest of these peeled, and we'll be right back. So after you get them all peeled, you know, you cut them in half, you put your yolks in the bowl where I did the ranch, and you're going to whip it. I have no power. Why do I not have power? Did my die? Okay, let me figure out why I don't have power, and I'll be right back. Okay, so now that I have power, after you get them separated, you're going to whip this really good because you want it creamy. See if I can get that to stay. Okay. These were dill pickle spears, and I used 4 of them. So you're going to chop those really good. Another spoon. Okay. Your mayo. You know, it's just like if you've made deviled eggs. Now, if you've never made deviled eggs, I would recommend finding you a recipe as far as measurements go. But I'm just going to start with 3 spoonfuls because I do have the ranch in there. Now, for the ranch packet that I did, the actual powder, I probably did, I don't know, maybe half a tablespoon. And then about 2.5 tablespoons of the sour cream. Now, if you're doing the actual ranch dressing, I would say start with 1 tablespoon and go to 2 if you like it. Now, for mustard, I probably put a teaspoon or so in there. Because you want it creamy, not runny, but you want it creamy. if I can. Okay. It should stay on your spoon. You know, and you can always taste test it. Oh, that's so good. And see if you want to add more ranch or not. I think that was actually the perfect amount for our liking. So what I do next is I get a Ziploc baggie, and I'm going to put this in the baggie. Okay, so you take your baggie, roll down your top, so you're going to roll it down about halfway. Put that in there. And I roll it down because you are going to make a mess putting it in here. But this way the outside of your baggie will stay clean. And that's probably good enough considering, like I said, you always have leftover filling. Okay, roll your sides up. And you're going to shake it to a corner of the bag. You're not going to seal your top. You're just going to kind of squish it over like that. And then you're just cutting the tip of the baggie off. And then you just squeeze. I hope you guys can see this okay. And out of all those eggs, I had one that didn't peel right, but I think that's because I broke the shell too deep. Okay, then just kind of go around your tray and you're going to fill the eggs. Then, you know, just kind of look at them, see if you have any bare spots. I saw on Instagram that I actually want to try where they, with deviled eggs, they battered them after they did this. Or not battered them, but yeah, I guess kind of battered them, but they deep fried them. I don't know, it just looked really good. So one of these days I'll get brave and I will try it. So that is what I do. That is my secret. Sorry. I don't have very good use of my right arm right now. So anyway, that is my secret recipe for deviled eggs. Is the ranch dressing, and I steam them rather than boiling them. Then I'm just going to put some pickled okra in here. This pickled okra, actually my sister-in-law made because she had an abundance of okra in her garden this year. So my sister-in-law made these. So I thought this would be a perfect time to serve them. So, I mean, you can get super fancy. I'm not. I'm just kind of going to put these in the center. I got a couple misfits down here. I see chunks of garlic, and there's a red seasoning in here. I'm assuming it's probably chili powder, so I'm betting these are spicy, but I'm sure they will be absolutely wonderful. Now we're not done just yet. So let me clear some stuff out of my left side range here. Let me show you what I do now. Okay, so I take smoked paprika, not regular paprika. Now this is optional. Some people don't like paprika, so I'm actually only going to put it on half. But I just pinch it, and I just move my fingers. I like wiggle them back and forth, just so it lightly sprinkles the top of the egg. Like I said, some people do not like paprika, so you do not have to put this on here. But I use the smoked paprika. So, ranch dressing, smoked paprika, steam your eggs. And then I will put these in the fridge until it is time to serve. Like I said, I'm only going to do half because not everyone likes it. But anyway, so Pantry Challenge is going awesome. I hope you all are doing great on it and really enjoying it. If you go to the hashtag 3 Rivers Challenge, you'll be able to see like all the videos that everybody's doing and watch, you know, just different ones. And over at 3 Rivers Homestead, she's actually the one that started this years ago, and this is my second year doing it, and it's been a lot of fun. So I know last week I said I was going to work on meal planning for this week. Epic fail. Totally failed at it. Did not even write one thing down. So I guess it's my goal to be carried over for this week. As far as shopping, we did do some shopping this week. We got, obviously, the milk and creamer, but there was something we got that was on sale. Oh, it was bacon. Bacon was on sale, and you never see bacon on sale. So we went ahead and bought some of it because I didn't want to miss out on that sale. And then we got some onions because we were actually completely out of onions. So I did buy some onions, and I bought some bread because I'm not able to make bread right now. I just can't do the kneading portion of it. It's too hard for me to do with one hand. So I did go ahead and buy some bread. So I think our total grocery bill, we spent like $120. But we got several packages of bacon just because it was on sale for $2.99, and that was just a really good price. So I got stocked up on that. And then I want to say there was something else, but I can't think of what it is right now. I have no idea. But anyway, I hope you all are enjoying my videos. I know I've kind of slowed down on posting videos. I'm going to try to get more out. I did injure my right shoulder pretty bad, so I'm kind of limited on what I can do. I'm not really cooking a whole lot. My other half and my son have kind of taken over the cooking. Pretty limited to what I can even do outside. So I have slowed down on the videos. Don't leave me. Hang in there with me. As soon as I can get some more movement in it, I will be back to doing more videos more frequently. But right now I'm just kind of posting just little ones that I can, just so that, you know, I can at least keep something out there. But I haven't been able to do videos like I was doing. For a while there, I was cranking out several videos, but I had a whole bunch on my old computer that the program pretty much just crashed on me. So when I got my new computer for Christmas, I was able to finally edit all those videos that I had on that little card. So a lot of those videos were actually filmed months ago. But anyway, so I really appreciate y'all hanging in there with me. As soon as I can start doing more videos more frequently, I definitely will. And I really appreciate all of you watching, and I get lots of amazing, wonderful comments. Don't get me wrong, every once in a while I do get a tacky comment, but to be honest with you, there's so many positive people out there, I don't even acknowledge the negative ones. It's just not even worth it to me. Um, why waste the energy on the negative when you're surrounded by so much positive, right? So thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. We do have an Instagram, which again, I need to get caught up on. Um, and so check us out over there. I have some videos on there, not a whole lot, but I do have a few. And I'm also going to be trying to do a live here pretty soon, but I'm going to actually schedule that one. And then for today, since it is Super Bowl, if you after you watch this video, if you go over to my community page, there's going to be a poll or a survey for which team you're rooting for. So let's see who's going for Chiefs and who isn't. So anyway, you all have a great day. Stay safe, stay warm, and we'll see you on the next video.